Welcome to the Arab Information and Resource Center and Zenobia Lounge. This is the first intellectual, educational, and information center in Washington, D.C. and in the United States of America. We hope that we will be franchising this place, Zenobia Lounge and the Arab Info Center, in the major cities in the United States the coming years, Chicago, New York, LA. The idea is very simple. For many years, there was and still is a huge gap, information gap between the East and the West. The West try to understand the East, and the East is blaming why the West do not understand the East. What we're trying here is to bridge the gap, build bridges of communication and true dialogue and understanding. And if you want to understand the other, you have to read his mind, you have to read his thought. What we're trying to do is to bring all kinds of information, resources, magazines, CDs, documentaries, books, research, and intellectual paper that are written by Arab people, by Arab pens, by Arab names, and provide them here to the Americans, because all what's available in the United States about the Middle East and about the Arab world is made in the United States, is made either by the government or non-government institution, or either written by major think tanks and academic institution. You don't have much information and publications that are written by Arabic names, by people, let's say Khalid, Omar, Michael, that are of an Arabic production, and this is what we're trying to do.
The center has information, books, and other materials that no other place in the United States has, because we import these books and materials directly from different countries in the Middle East, which are not distributed here in the United States. So it's critical for people to know that these materials are not available anywhere else. And we do plan to hold workshops and cultural training events where people can ask questions directly with guests from the Middle East who'd like to come.
Americans have a big misperception about what the Middle East is like in the Arab world, and we're trying to educate the Americans from the perspective, bringing in books and such from over there to have Americans learn about the day-to-day life and the commonalities that we have between us rather than the differences.
Most of what's available in the United States about the Arabs are negative. We are trying to focus on the other half of the coin, on the other full half of the cup, which is the positive story, the new generation, the beautiful development in the Gulf region, you know, the educational institution. We have a lot of wonderful stories in the Arab world that we would like to focus on. And at the same time doing so, we're doing some kinds of public diplomacy to the United States. Also, by being an Arab American, by being an American Arab institution, we're trying as well to, you know, communicate with the Arab world with their, you know, language.
As we travel through the Middle East, we do have and develop relationships with the top think tanks and policy makers inside Saudi Arabia, for example. The King Abdulaziz Research Center, the Dubai School of Government, the Emirates Center for Strategic Studies, as well as the Gulf Resource Center, all of which have a lot of information and policy papers, white papers about what's going on in the Arab world, especially in the GCC countries, which are imported directly to us here in the Georgetown Center.
By providing these kinds of publications, magazines, CDs, DVDs, and books about and from the Arab world, we are trying to spread the knowledge and spread the good word, spread the information that are needed in this country. This country is really open for knowing more about the Middle East. They don't know where to go. They don't know where to find this information. We're trying to be one place, one spot where any academic researcher who would like to write about the Arab world and Middle East come to us. Any businessman who would like to have a new venture in the region and open branches in some of these newly developed countries or in the GCC area, we can help them about that. We can help any tourist go to Morocco, go to Egypt. We can help a student go and study in Damascus University in Egypt. We can provide all kinds of information that are needed in this country. Most Americans don't know what is the Arab League. They don't know what is the GCC. They don't know that there are a lot of Arabs who are Christian and Jews. They know that a lot of Arabs are all Muslim, and that's not true. We have the Christian are very important fabric in the Arabic society, as well as the Jews. We have the advisor of the King of Morocco is Jewish. We have 2 senators at the Tunisian parliament who are Jews. Some Jews live in Yemen. The Christian, the president of Lebanon is Christian. So Christian, Muslims and Jews live in the Arab world with peace and harmony, and they are part of the fabric of society. A lot of Americans don't know these facts, and this is what we're trying to give them. This is what we try to communicate with them and open a real channel of communication and dialogue between the United States and the Arab world that is built on respect, on a mutual understanding, and on real cooperation.